This is Paul Brarin from VMworld 2018 US, and I'm at ATTO's booth. And you can see this kind of caught my attention. And if any of you have seen William Lamb's site from Virtually Ghetto, you may be a little bit familiar with this rig. And Eric Garrison I met at the VMUG in Buffalo a little while back. How you doing, Eric? And can you tell us your role at ATTO?
I'm a customer engineer, which means I'm an arm of the marketing department, the sales department, and the engineering department.
All right, great. And Eric, you and I talked on the phone on occasion and at that VMUG, and there I was at a VMUG talking about 10 gig on a laptop. I kind of caught your attention with that goofy sentence. Who the heck does that? And it was really about NVMe and moving lots of data, and the latest storage tech allows you to move data rather quickly. So your company's all about the devices that help you move that data over various interfaces, right? If you can start with Thunderbolt in the front here.
Absolutely.
So you could hold the mic for a bit?
Sure. So we do storage connectivity products. We make everything that will connect your compute to your storage, SAS, SATA, fiber channel, and Ethernet. So what we've done, and it's the only purpose-built device for connecting Thunderbolt to either SAS, SATA, or Ethernet, or fiber channel. Our current device for fiber channel is on the VMware compatibility guide. I will have our driver and devices for the SAS product on the compatibility guide within the next 2 months, and our Ethernet products show up natively as Intel or Mellanox drivers. So what we've done in this particular case, we've put ESX67 directly onto the Mac Pros and the Mac Mini, and I've created a vSAN cluster with these Apple devices by using our Thunderbolt products. Trade name is ThunderLink, and here we have our 10 gig copper. I've got one port dedicated to the vSAN network, one to the vMotion network, and we're connecting to SSD JBODs with our 12 gig SAS connection here, and that gave me the drives for the disk group, and we created the vSAN cluster, and we are up and running.
So let's unpack that a little. There's a lot going on here, right? So when you have a Mac like this without a PCIe adapter, right, what are you going to do for an external interface? So obviously Thunderbolt's the way to go. And notice something unique. You've got 2 Thunderbolt connectors on the back. If you could just point out the advantage there.
Oh, absolutely. So we definitely have the first Thunderbolt, which is the uplink, but because Thunderbolt technology has that ability to daisy chain, we have that second Thunderbolt so that you can stack devices on top of it. As long as there's room on the bus, you can add additional devices.
All right, I do remember looking at your product page a bit and seeing that was a differentiator for sure, because often you have only limited Thunderbolt ports, especially on some laptops, and if you have a choice between, say, 10 gig or storage, it would sure be nice to have both, and of course with this allows you that. All right, thank you, Eric. And what else do you have to show off on the booth here? A lot of goodies.
We've got some wonderful technology, very, very unique technology in the world. One of the products that we actually sell the most of as an OEM product is our bridging technology. So we call these the Extreme Core line of storage controllers, and what we do with our Extreme Core line is we take anything SAS, SAS block storage, be it a RAID array, a JBOD, a JBOF, or even tape libraries, and we will change the protocol to either fiber channel or Ethernet as an iSCSI or an ICER, which is iSCSI over RDMA extension target. Gives people a lot of design choices, a lot of capability. There are several OEMs, such as NetApp, that use these appliances for their stretch clustering solutions so that one filer can write to multiple stacks of disks without anything getting in the way. So we don't manage the drives, we don't aggregate the drives, we allow those servers to access the drives just over a different protocol than they were originally intended to be.
How long has that been on the market?
We've had the fiber bridging technology for several years. The Extreme Core, which is a much faster, lot more horsepower to it, we've had that product on the market for the last 2 years. Our Ethernet product is brand new this year. We've just rolled it out. We've got ICER support right now, and by the end of next month, being September of 2018, we will have full iSCSI support on that at very, very high speeds.
Okay, thank you. And I tend to focus on stuff a little more home lab focused and a little more obtainable end of the spectrum. Western Digital Partner, what does that mean, by the way?
We've got lots and lots of OEM partnerships. Our drive manufacturer partnerships help us to test and certify that as storage connectivity products that we work with all the drives. So they asked us to put up their sign in our booth this year. We're more than glad to. We do an awful lot of work with them. We do a lot of work with Seagate, HGST, many other manufacturers.
Okay, if you could show me some of the other devices here, probably on the more affordable side of the spectrum, something someone might be more likely to find in a home lab, which one would that be?
I would say our Ethernet products would be the thing that they would find. So we have 10 gig, we have 40 gig. We also have a new line of products out, our 25, 50, and 100 gig Ethernet products as well.
Help me out, point to which one there we go.
So here's our fast frame 40 gig product here, and our fast frame 10 gig product here. We do not have any of the samples of our 25, 50, and 100, but those are available on our website right now.
Okay, so you have half height, half length covered, and then you have a full height card, half length as well. And large heat sinks on there, including heat sink on the SFP Plus module there, which is interesting. So that is FFP, actually, is that SFP Plus I'm looking at? No, what is that?
You're looking at QSFP
Yeah, on the
Plus.
right is SFP Plus, on the left. Okay, thank you.
So the nice thing about the QSFP Plus and any of these technologies is that if you ever need to downgrade the speed of those cards, you put in the appropriate transceiver. They do make a QSA adapter that allows a QSA port to take an SFP or an SFP Plus module. So if you ever needed to take a 25 gig and bring it down to 10 gig, or a 40 gig and bring it down to 25 gig, you could certainly do that.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. And I'm realizing I cropped off a key thing I want to show as I end this video. I really appreciate your time. Check out this at the bottom. So I'll end with that. Thank you again.